That's where you say something.
Oh, hey, it's Fright night.
I know it's been a while since Jake has been slacking, so
That's such bullshit.
Jake's
I
been
can't.
slacking
So
on
you were
here, but
giving
he's
me
been
shit
picking up
before
for
we
recording.
started recording, and now you're giving me shit while we're recording.
that's fair.
I feel like you've been recording something else though.
Like what I have? Oh yeah, maybe I have been recording something else, Bobby.
All right, well, let's put you on the spot. What do you choose, Strange Kids or the podcast?
That's such bullshit.
No.
I'm ultimatums are my least favorite thing.
Ultimatums are my favorite thing.
I fucking hate ultimatums.
You
I
just
think
shut
they're the
down?
worst thing in it.
All right, pick one.
I shut down to get real quiet.
You got to pick one. Strange
I'm not going to
Kids
pick one. I'm
or
not
Fright
gonna
Night.
No, I don't have to pick one right now.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Put with the band, Miss Misery, which is how I'm feeling right now. Fright Night episode 23. I don't even know what episode we're on
I think
anymore.
it's
I've lost
episode
track.
23.
I've legit lost track.
Oh, what number are we on?
It's
23. 23.
Allegedly 23.
We're doing The Purge from 2013.
We are.
I know. But we want to do some follow-up real quick, too. Things going on in the background, some housekeeping.
So there's been a lot going on.
There's been a lot going on, which is why this episode has taken a while to get out. So
I do
apologize.
want to hear more about your trip to Scranton.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Can we play music? You got anything for us to play?
Don't get anything at the moment,
Wow.
but yeah, well, hey, we're working on stuff. We want to make sure it's absolutely perfect before we let anyone.
Because you're getting ready for the festivals, right? Is
We're
that gonna
getting
be-
ready
is
for
that
the
gonna be your guys'
festivals.
first
This
show?
is going to be our first official live performance ever, and
Gotcha.
we're doing it. I think at first it's going to be Louder Than Life, and then it's going to be Aftershock. So
I think you guys need to do a couple warm-up shows.
I know we do. I feel like I personally
Yeah.
need a warm up show.
When was the last time you played a show?
Last time I actually played live was definitely back maybe 2013, about
cool.
10 years ago.
been
And
a
it was
minute.
actually, I think it was in California.
You played like the Whiskey or
we
Viper
pl-
Room or something.
We played the Viper Room. That was the last time I performed live.
Gotcha.
I know this is a big deal. I'm actually nervous. I'm going to be perfectly.
I was
honest. I'm
kinda-
really freaking.
I was kind of
nervous.
blown away the from what I heard from what you guys were recording, just because of you being more like the progressive stuff and whatnot. Like it was catchy as fuck.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
it was great. Josh
It's
was
kind of
singing
like
too. Like, it was
it's,
great, yeah.
kind of opposite of what I've like said. I like the kind of music I make. It's kind of funny, right?
But you guys are nailing it.
We are
Like, I loved
nailing it.
Yeah.
It is
I
pretty
heard
cool.
it once. I was singing it for like 2 days.
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard some of the hooks, I was like, "Fuck!" I'm even like singing along to this.
Yeah, of course.
It's really freaking cool.
It's very it's got some radio rock vibes to it, which I dig, which I think will be good for the festivals.
I think it's going to be great for the festivals. I think it's going to be great for me personally because I feel like it's going to expand my horizons as a creator.
Yep.
Because I've been so zoned in on like kind of like a few styles of music that I've kind of been shut off from like other influences. So it's going to feel nice to be involved in something that's a little bit outside my comfort zone. So I'm pretty excited.
How was the writing process in Scranton? Like
The writing process was crazy. So I haven't been in like a studio in a while to see how we record and stuff. And it was really cool to see the harmony between us and the new band members that we've included in Strange Kids.
How
So
much of the stuff was like written there when you were in the studio versus like what you just brought to the table and kind of just put together?
it's like one of those things where like when you get there, well, first off, it goes from like obviously you go, they created a chart where we did drums first, right? So most of the stuff was already written previous to going into the studio, and the goal was to knock out a solid 5 or 6 songs within a week, which is very hard to do. It's like you get up at 10 in the morning and you record till like 4 in the morning. So it was a very time consuming process, but it was also great to see like the harmony between the people recording and coming together and recording their parts for the songs. It was so cool. Everyone's so uber talented in the band too as well, and it's really cool just to see things coming together. We did a photo shoot too as well.
Yeah,
and
the photo shoot looked good.
And we haven't released any content really yet of the photo shoot, but it was pretty cool to see some of the photos like on site, like how harmonious we are together as like a group. It's really
I
cool.
agree with Bobby. I thought everything looked great, not just the music, but just everything you guys kind of shot while you're out there.
Yeah, like
And that had to feel good, being like you obviously know everyone very well, but just being able to be together because you can't really replace that, FaceTime you get or collaboration.
and
together.
honestly, it just for like my mental health and for the sake of like creativity, it was so crucial for me to be around all of them during the recording process because it was also like a nice little vacation to get away and be in Pennsylvania for a week because Pennsylvania is our hometown or our home state, so it felt really good to be back home.
I
for
got a question
minute.
for you. I'm been dying to know. You know, with Josh Balls being the lead singer,
Yeah.
him being in the role of the keyboardist with Motionless in White,
Yeah.
now he's a front man. What was that experience like with Balls? Was he nervous? Like, because you know, Balls is so fucking cocky.
I know.
You know,
Has he done a lot of singing before?
I don't.
no,
Really?
Just, I mean, Strange Kids, right? Just singing with. Strange
I don't
Kids.
want to say I don't. I prefer not to speak on behalf of somebody else, but I will say that Josh really wants to do a great job, and
Yeah.
you can tell he's nervous, but he's also like really excited about the whole experience and about performing live. I think everyone, to an extent, is a little bit nervous because this is a big deal.
But that's good though. You got to be nervous.
You have to be nervous because it drives your one to do well, and that's what we all want to do. And Josh Ball's put in a lot of hours that week with his vocals, and he really killed it. And I can't wait to hear like the mastered products of these songs. I'm like really excited.
So with the new songs, are you going to release some stuff before the festivals? Just do them all live and say kind of like, hey, here's all the stuff we just kind of wrote with the new sound, or you haven't decided?
I think me and Josh haven't discussed exactly how we're going to market the songs before the festival, but I'm pretty sure he, like in his own mind, he already has an idea of how he wants to do it. And I think that's also kind of more his wheelhouse too. So I kind of like, you know, I definitely rely and have like trust in Josh on how to release these songs before the festivals. We do want people to get acclimated to the music first before we perform live. So I'm very curious what the reaction will be from people who will.
It's gonna be good, dude.
Do you think?
my first instinct when I got to hear the track not released yet?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, this is good. Will and I are actually in the
Really?
car together. Yeah. I was like, fuck, this is actually really good.
I feel like you can be some hard critics sometimes too, you know? So it's like,
yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to music, I like we were talking about this the other day. I respect anybody that's putting themselves out there. So
Yeah.
I'll never talk shit. Like anybody that puts himself, it's so hard to do.
well, I think the reason why I'm nervous is we have played such good music on here from unsigned artists. So I'm just like, fuck, man, there's people out there doing fucking amazing
lot.
already and doing a lot. And I just want to, I hope that we do a good enough job
It's
to
gonna be good, I promise.
earn that respect.
You're gonna
and,
be good.
You know,
I
so
feel like it isn't often anymore. Like I can hear a song and be like, oh, I like this, but
Yeah.
it still takes me a few plays before I'm familiar with the song. I'm singing it, whatever. But I will say on the one song I heard, I was singing it for the rest of the day, and that almost never happens.
man, that makes me really happy to hear.
No, it's good shit, man. I'm excited. I mean, you know, moving on here with a little housekeeping. We're getting into the movie The Purge today.
Mm-hmm.
Friday
It's a
night
deep
feels,
one.
Friday night feels it's not that deep.
It's not bad.
Fun little fact: this was the first time watching the movie, though. But
For you?
Yeah, first time.
And for Will, right?
Yeah, it was the first time for both of us. We're first timers.
So I haven't seen this movie in years. Actually, just going to say I haven't seen it since opening night,
Yeah.
like back in 2013. That's the only vivid memory I have of this movie was watching it then. So
I feel like, I mean, this is the first one I've seen, but I feel like it's almost like the Saw franchise where I've seen so many like follow-ups to it.
oh, there's so many movies.
Well,
in
I'm
this
gonna
franchise.
save our thoughts here, but a couple more housekeeping things here. So, we got some pop-up shops, pop-up events coming up. We are going to be in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
For 420, they're flying us out to Botany Bay. Botany Bay. How would you pronounce that?
Botany.
Botany Bay?
It's botany.
Botany?
Botany. Yeah.
Botany Bay. We will be in Lexington hanging out, smoke Blackcraft. We got all of our rolling trays, merch, grinders. Delta coming soon to stores. It's Delta online only right now. But
boy.
So we'll be in Lexington on 420.
Yeah.
More info soon. Botany Bay. Follow us on social media at Smoke Blackcraft. I'll give you more details. And then right after that event, we fly back to Orange County at our Anaheim location, 2890 East Via Martins, Anaheim, California.
Which I'm sticking around for now.
Amazing.
Yep.
We are doing on 422, which will be that Saturday. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have, it's going to be like a munchies event. We're going to do a big weed pop up. No actual weed, but you know, all of our merchandise will be there. Bongs, grinders. It's our official launch here in California of all those things. So that's 422. And then Jake, you're on the road. You're heading to Pittsburgh.
I had
you got a little.
the day after that event. I'm driving cross country.
You got a little time off.
Pittsburgh. I got a little time off. A little time spending time with friends here, getting married, and then after that, I'm going to be going to Champs Roadshow in New Jersey,
Atlantic City, though.
Is it Atlantic City? Yeah, Atlantic.
We go
City.
straight to Champs.
And then go straight to Welcome to Rockville.
Yep.
And then go straight to Sonic Temple.
Yep.
And then, Toby's coming with me. My dog Toby's
nice.
coming with me. So I'm going to drop him off at my parents' house. So then after Sonic Temple, I get to pick up my son
And
from
drive back.
Pennsylvania and drive back.
So in between, stay tuned because in between Rockville which Blackcraft will have a booth at.
Yeah.
And then Ohio and Atlantic City, we're going to be doing a bunch of pop-up events around town. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where yet. A couple smoke shops. I know we're doing...
We got a lot of pending ones right now. We're trying to map. There's a lot of work and theory behind mapping out pop-ups across the country because
Yeah,
you
there
have to
is.
like really like do your mileage appropriately.
Yep.
Like it's kind of crazy how much work is put
I
into
see that
that.
map above your desk changing every day.
Oh yeah, I have to send you the link to that.
I do
map
need the link for the
still.
map. So look out for all the pop-ups we got coming up. And then, Raul, if you'd be so kind, can you bring in the purple hoodie, please? And the 666 one, please. So I want to talk about some Blackcraft Cult drops that we just did. Blackcraftcult.com. We just released 3 hoodies that are hands down my favorite hoodies we've ever done. One that I'm wearing. I love this hoodie. It's on a heavier weight hoodie too, which is great.
Oh, that's a new one.
The blanks feel crazy.
Thanks, Raul. And then, okay. So which one do you guys like the best? So then, okay, I got to show this off here.
I'll tell you. Oof. I love the simplicity of that one.
Because you got the 666, you got the 666 on sleeves. Hey, I heard that. I like hearing that. And then this is my favorite hoodie we've ever launched ever. I was
Okay.
gonna wear it today.
It looks heavy metal from here.
It's heavy metal and it's heavy weight. So if you like heavy weight,
I love heavyweight hoodies. Oof. Oh, hey, that's cool.
easily one of my favorite things. So blackcraftcult.com. I don't really have any discount codes going on, but if you buy a hoodie, you get a free tee right now going on.
Hey, that's a deal.
That's a fucking deal. On top of that, let's talk about smokeblackcraft.com here before we get into the movie. I want to talk about
I
something
feel
really
like there's a
fucking
lot
funny.
that's happened with Smoke Blackcraft in the past week
Holy
since our last
shit.
episode.
There's so much to catch up on. I mean, cat's out of the bag. We'll talk about it. Premium cones are coming. Blackcraft premium cones.
I know you showed me.
Those have been posted, right?
I've been teasing a little
Teasing.
bit of it. So, but little quick housekeeping on that. So, Will and I got fucking ripped out of our skull yesterday.
Witnessed
Or Jake.
it. I
And,
they were.
We got ripped out of our skull taking one of our bat gummies. Will and I took one full bat gummy each. And the thing that I love most about our gummies is how creative Will and I get on these gummies. But we just introduced, I call it the Wheel of Death on smokeblackcraft.com.
The will.
Where was I on that one?
Dude,
That'll
every
be for the
day,
next wheel.
dude,
Yeah.
every day is the will of death for Will. So he knows what
Yesterday kind of was with that gummy.
what anxiety.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was so creative and good. But smokeblackcraft.com, the Wheel of Death, if you sign up with your email, you get a
Oh,
chance to
yeah.
win a free bong.
I love
It's like fucking spins. It's like real gambling. So
How have we not done that sooner? I think that's such a great concept.
I don't know. I would need to take our gummies sooner. See, all these good
Yeah.
ideas are coming. So smokeblackcraft.com. You could enter for a chance to win. We don't call them bongs. We call them flower vases.
They're
by the way.
flower vases. They're not bongs.
But there's so much to catch up on with Smoke Blackcraft. We'll save that for another episode.
Got the pre-order still going.
We got the pre-orders for the coffin pipe still going. You get a free tea with that. We got a bunch of new stores. We're about to get into a massive chain that's got 700 stores.
And we have new shirts coming
That's
up.
a big
that
And
we'll
we
be
got
posting soon.
we got some new shirts dropping this week. We got some new bongs dropping this week. A lot of big shit going on. But there's so much about Smoke Blackcraft. I think I'll probably take that offline for the 666 Club because we owe 666 Club some exclusive stuff. So I think I'm gonna make that exclusive over there. 666 Club still going on. Blackcraftcult.com. Just search 666 Club.
Oh, and unsigned bands and streamers, check your emails.
You know what? If you're an unsigned band and streamer, speaking of unsigned bands and streamers,
shout.
before we get into this, actually, it's funny. The band playing in the background, Actus
Yeah,
Reis.
check
I'm
your
gonna turn it up for a second.
emails.
Let's turn it up for a second. Actus Reis, dude. Hey, that's Actus Reis with The Cops Aren't Coming. Shout out Actus Reis. That's your new album.
I like that band. Where are they from?
I want to say oh man, I should know. Florida or Atlanta, Georgia. They're down south.
Do not know.
I hear the name all the time. I just
Yeah.
haven't had the chance.
Well,
to
they
like,
were big on
properly
our
get to
they
them.
were big on our Twitch show,
Yeah.
which Twitch might be coming back. Unsigned band. Stay tuned.
Can we play?
You okay, sweetheart? What happened, sweetheart? Did you get shocked? You okay?
I thought his speaker just cut out, but I don't know.
Something happened to my right ear. That was freaking crazy.
disoriented?
You guys would have heard what I heard.
I missed this show, man. It feels good to be back. Make sure you subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, make sure you go leave us a review. Go leave a comment if you're on YouTube right now. You're watching this lovely thing. All right, Jake, the time is now.
Boy, my favorite part of the episode. Oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be an absolute delight.
Can you do the whole episode? I'll pay you $1,000 if you do the whole episode like that.
I will absolutely do that.
But if you break character one time, you owe me $1,000.
Okay.
Deal?
Yeah, I gotcha. This is going to be a doozy.
All right, deal?
Yeah, we're going to do The Purge from 2013. Nice. Are you being for real?
You just broke character.
That's
You owe me
some
$1,000. You owe me $1,000.
I didn't agree anything. There was no pinky
Are
promise.
you fucking kidding? You just agreed.
Yeah, but it's live recorded.
Bro,
so
it's a recording.
I didn't agree to anything.
All right, Jake, let's do this. Fright Night, episode 23, The Purge.
The Purge, starring Ethan Hawke, Lena Headey, Max Burkholder, Adelaide Kane, Edwin Hodge Rise Wakefield, Ariha Barrikas, and Chris Mulkey. Directed by James DeMonico, who also did The Purge Anarchy and The Purge Election Year. The movie length is 86 minutes. That's pretty great. We love a nice little short movie.
Yes.
And the Rotten Tomato score, the critic score is 40%, and the audience score is 36%. That's fairly low, right?
I thought people loved this movie.
I thought people loved this movie too. It's kind of like a cultural
If you're going to
thing.
have 25 sequels after it, I thought
yeah.
something people
And
love.
moving into the next thing here, the streaming/theater, this is my favorite part of this show because Jake Simons always likes to say to me, oh, it's free.
No. Let's talk about budget
You're
and
0 for
box
2 on the
office,
free
sir.
movies.
I don't even
Yesterday.
care about the budget.
I
box office.
care
I'm
about the
talking more
budget.
about the $3.99 on Amazon that you told me was free on every movie.
So I apparently have a habit of choosing all movies that I think is free at the moment during choosing them, and then when we actually go watch them, we have to end up paying for it anyways.
It's okay, but
I
no.
apologize.
So the budget box office is pretty crazy, right? So you got $3 million,
Yeah.
and then they grossed $89.3 million, which is absolutely fucking.
That's
insane.
gnarly.
That's insane.
That is insane.
That deserves a round of applause.
That is fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy. $3 million to $89.3 million. I don't even know. I don't even know. That's like buying Bitcoin when it was like a penny.
kind of.
Low key.
That's a good analogy right there.
Well, as we move into death
What
by
is Bitcoin
spoilers
at
here,
right now?
I don't even care. I don't even want to talk crypto.
Well,
I'm staying the fuck away
So
from crypto.
if you have not seen The Purge from 2013, as I'm assuming everyone's heard of The Purge, but if you have not seen it, please tune out now. Go watch the movie. Let us know what your thoughts are when you get back, because we are about to spoil the whole movie for you.
We are.
All right. So we open the movie with a political quote that takes place in the year 2022, which is crazy that it's been that far in advance.
Because this was
2013, and they're
Wow.
saying this was taking place in 2022.
They weren't far off.
They were not far off. And the quote says, "Blessed be our new founding fathers in America, a nation reborn." We then get into beginning credits, which showcases numerous security footage of people killing each other during the night of the Purge. We are then introduced to James, played by Ethan Hawke, and his family, including wife Mary, played by Lena Headey, and his two kids, Charlie and Zoe, played by Max Burkholder and Adelaide Kane. As they are preparing for the annual Purge, Zoe's boyfriend sneaks into their house to be with her, while Charlie messes around with his new remote control camera toy. But the night goes south very quickly as Zoe's boyfriend attempts to kill her father, and Charlie lets a desperate man who is being hunted into the house. We are soon introduced to a collective of young adults wearing creepy face masks who, through threat, they let the man out. Through moments of chaos, capturing the man, the wife stating this is wrong to give the man to them, they keep the man inside. The crazy intruders then make their way into the home and turn into a bloodbath of deaths. The main villain eventually stabs James and the leader eventually gets shot and killed as the neighbors come into the home. What looked like was going to be the verge of saving them, but they eventually reveal their true intentions and tie up the family to kill them collectively. But the refuge who entered the house earlier shows up and makes them step back. The wife decides not to kill them and makes them wait till the end of the Purge as credits roll. I went very quickly with this plot summary because it is a home invasion film, and there's only three kind of dramatic switches in the plot that happens. One being before the Purge, the refuge into the Purge, and the three creepy killers, or the killers that have all the face mask on. It's a big plot. Let's talk about a campfire story. Let's talk about plot originality theories. As far as the plot goes, I can see why this plot would get people to go to the movies.
Yeah, of course.
It's a bizarre plot, right?
Yeah, it's a bizarre plot, but I feel like it's not far off. Probably in the next 10 years, I could see something like this happening.
I think when I first watched it, I was like, damn, what if we lived in a world like that? But as I watched it again last night with you guys, I was like, I don't think this could work or make sense.
Well, I feel like this kind of came out with a lot of other movies. I might be wrong here, but they kind of had that dystopian, like society's completely crumbled type of vibe to it.
Yeah.
But this one was just a little bit different because they just had the one night to go kill each other, where the other ones were just a free for all, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the originality goes and the plot and the theories, and here we are with the campfire story.
I don't know. I mean,
I like it. I think it's a great plot.
but it's a great plot. But I was talking with you, Will, yesterday, but I was like, I feel like this is something we would have came up with when we were 15 years old and hanging out, and it's like 2 a.m. and one of us just goes, dude, what if there's like one day a year we could just like kill whoever we want? It just sounds like
I mean, I'm pretty sure that actually was said. Like,
I just feel like it's a plot that could have been like, probably people have thought of in the past, and then someone just decided to make a movie out
I
of.
feel like with that idea, though, you could take it in a ton of different directions, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I like it. I like the plot. I like the originality. I'm a sucker for home invasion.
How I'm trying to figure out how it would help the economy.
Well, they're saying they have one day where all the pent up anger people have, they can go release it pretty much.
I feel like the economy would collapse, though.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this for like 15 minutes yesterday.
Jake, I'm gonna let you on a little secret, buddy. This is a movie.
I know.
This isn't like.
But as I get older, I start looking at like plots objectively more than subjectively.
100%. That's why, I mean, yesterday I was like, is this thing just supposed to be ridiculous, or were they trying to make some sort of like statement with it?
No, but I get a weird feeling that. I'm just going to keep my thoughts. I'm not going to go too deep on this.
This is another thing, too. This is a big plot idea, right? Like, when going into this movie, were you surprised that it all took place in one house and it didn't have, like, a bigger expansion of the idea?
Here's where I thought, and it was just because of trailers from the other movies. I thought eventually it must be because they start trying to outdo themselves. It gets crazier and crazier. But I remember in one of the trailers, there's like a U-Haul or some similar type of truck. The door goes up and they have like a minigun and they're like going off. And it kind of looked like this Strangers kind of meets like a Fast and Furious type of thing. For a minute.
You kept on saying Fast and Furious.
But this movie really wasn't like that because it all took place in that same house.
Yeah.
What surprised me about it is from the previews, I thought like this family was going to be like just chilling. They hate the Purge. This guy's like a really good dude, and he sells these security systems, and they just try to survive the night, whatever. And it was kind of that. But after I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a scene where like the kid comes in. He's like, we don't want to kill people. The dad says, yeah, we just don't feel the need, but like if I did feel the need, like I'd do it. And he's like completely bought into it, and it kind of had like this culty vibe to it.
I felt like there was culty vibes in this movie premise.
Cult vibes. I like the idea, and it also kind of gave it that Strangers feel, like you were saying, Will. So I dug it. Definitely, I could feel the Fast and Furious vibe. I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
If you had to choose between the Strangers and the Purge.
God. I mean, do you really want me to do that right now before we get to the end?
No, we don't have to do that right
so,
now.
So let's go into villain protocol. Let's talk about it. Likes, dislikes, scare factor, creativity. What'd you think there, Jake Simons?
So this was during the time where we were doing a lot of horror movies. We're doing that whole masked figure trying to get into your house.
Yeah, think this is 2013. This isn't 2023, so keep that. It's 10 years ago.
No, I understand this is 10 years ago. I think they're creepy. They are creepy. I think when it comes to the masked figures that are outside, like hanging out in their lawn trying to get into the house, I was a little bit weirded out by the idea of they're playing this whole kiddish like demeanor the whole time. Like if you're a full-on adult and a psycho, like I don't know if you're a psychopath or not, but if you're a full-on adult, like will you really be skipping in the front yard for like 30 minutes?
Or just like through the house.
Well, no, because like skipping in front yard, I was thinking about that too, like how they were just chilling.
Yeah.
It's the Purge, so that means anybody across the street could come fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be like, you'd be paranoid. You'd be watching your back the whole time.
Exactly. I was a little bit confused by the demeanors of the killers because I was like, well, hell, if your intention is to kill people, wouldn't you be more self-aware of your environment instead of acting like children in a lawn?
Right. So I liked how they did try like a new spin on something that they, there was a lot of at the time.
Yeah.
But one thing was how the villains talked.
When he was referring to the guy as swine.
Yeah, like release us thy swine or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, who talks like that? Come on.
But
like,
I don't know.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't really think. I didn't even give that too much thought. Now that you say that, fuck.
Like, who really talks like that? Like, I there's like a weird suspension. There's obviously a suspension of disbelief here in this movie, but I think the villains themselves are a little bit too theatrical for me, for my liking. The way they spoke, the way they acted. I think the one scene where the guy's threatening to get inside the house, and his friend's like, "You need to listen in the fucking house right now," and he just goes ahead and shoots his own friend in the head. I'm like,
were they trying
what?
to go? Were they trying to go with like kind of like a Clockwork Orange type of lead villain vibe there, with the way he's kind of dancing around type of thing?
A little bit.
I also think this lead villain guy, I don't know if you guys know the actor John Malkovich, but he looks like John Malkovich. You should look into John Malkovich afterwards. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna look into.
You're gonna look into John
Malkovich.
Malkovich. It looks like a younger version of John Malkovich. You also should look up the movie Being John Malkovich as well. It's a funny movie.
Okay.
But no, I think the whole idea that they're chasing after this refuge because he killed one of their friends,
then they kill one of their friends
he goes
instantly.
ahead and kills one of his own friends
Yeah.
without any thought. I'm like, okay, this is making no sense whatsoever. You people are making no sense. What is your real motive here? Like, we don't know what the real motive here is. Yeah, I feel like the villains, they didn't seem scary to me at all, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to reference the strangers actually during this podcast, because I think the scary thing about the strangers when you're dealing with masked figures.
I don't think you could. I don't think you can.
can't?
I don't think you could do this because
No?
The only reason why you can't do this, because I'm gonna stop you,
Okay.
is because this movie's premise, the whole point of this movie, is it's a free for all. You could go kill someone. There's hours. There's time. It's legal.
Yeah.
Strangers, why you can't compare it is because Strangers is couples away on a honeymoon or whatever, right? That's what I think is the premise, right?
Or not a honeymoon. I
Or
think they're coming home from a wedding or something like
some
a friend's
shit,
wedding.
whatever.
Yeah.
And the scare factor of that is, why are you doing this to us?
Yeah.
It's the
'Cause you're
isolation,
home-
the
'cause you're home.
confusion.
The
Yeah.
lack
'Cause you're
of
home.
it's the lack of motive.
It's two different things to me.
Yeah.
I think just the home invasion and the mask, that's about as far as you get with the Strangers. I don't think you can compare them.
And that's
I don't
where it
think.
takes away the
I don't
scariness
think.
for me. Is it gives it kind of an actiony type of vibe, or more of a suspense than a
to your
horror.
point, when we were talking like, oh, is this even a fucking horror movie?
Yeah.
And after Will's like, this doesn't feel like a horror movie.
Feels
at all.
more like a
feels
thriller.
like a thriller suspense.
Yeah.
And then you threw in the Fast and Furious thing, and it's kind of funny because this is not a horror movie. I don't find this movie scary. It's. I'm just gonna go there. I mean, should we just go to lights on, lights off?
No,
right
no,
now?
I don't. No, not
No,
yet.
I know,
But
I know. You don't like to go there, but
I do want to talk.
I feel like everyone already knows where it's going.
Like I said, I feel like I think it's a home invasion film disguised as like this big premise of.
I don't even think it's a home invasion film.
No.
I mean,
Not without the suspense, because like the home invasion film,
It is. They
that
come-
you
they
love
invade-
that
they
terrify
invade
the
the
fuck
home.
out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like by definition, yeah, they invade the home, but
Right.
it isn't what we're used to with like
No.
the isolation and all the crazy stuff. You know, like this family also is armed to the teeth. You know, with a state of the art
Right.
security system ready for
you
war.
can't even get into the house.
What you end up finding out too, that the father ends up admitting, who created the security system, ends up admitting that it's not foolproof, and that people, if they want to get into your house, they will find a way to get into your house.
I mean, that's facts.
That is
regardless.
facts.
But anyway.
Let's talk about the protagonist survival guide. Let's talk about this family, because I feel like there was a lot of questionable behavior that took place in this movie as far as survival.
The kid is messed up for the rest of his life.
Yeah, of that kid with his little trinket, dude. I get it. I understand his perspective on wanting to help someone who's in need, but his action to help that person really did cause a whole chain of a fucked up
He could
situation.
have consulted, because I felt like he wasted a lot of time between seeing the guy and letting him in.
Did obviously lead to all these results, but it wasn't scary. Like
No.
once the dude got in the house and they was like, oh, he's gone. It's like,
I didn't know what to be tense about too, because I was a little bit confused by the daughter's reaction of her boyfriend trying to kill her dad.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Like after
was a goofy scene.
after he attempts to shoot the dad, she walks her boyfriend back up to her bedroom. I'm like, dude, he just tried to kill your dad, and you're gonna assist him back. And I was so confused by the behaviors
you
of the
would be on
family in
steps
here.
pushing that guy down the steps. At this
Yeah.
point. You just shot at my dad. Fuck that.
She was in it though, right? In on
No,
it,
I
you
don't
know?
think she was in on it. I don't know. I was so
no.
confused by. I was
That's
so
where it
confused by the
confused me.
concept.
Because I just felt like I know she goes and puts on the headphones or whatever, like right after the boyfriend leaves. So I was like, is she just like trying to drown out a gunshot or something?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think another thing too I was confused by is like there was a moment where everyone's wandering around the house in the dark in separate places. I was like, why can't everyone just at one point get into the same room?
Well, here's what I don't understand. Turn the lights on.
Yeah.
You have all those guns.
Well, the lights,
Give everybody a gun.
they cut the power.
I understand that, but I'm saying before that even, they had all the
yeah.
lights off in the house. It's
Yeah.
stupid. You have all the guns on this planet. Give one to everybody. Have a gun.
Oh, I didn't think about
Just
that.
go
Why
room to
didn't-
room.
Why
Just room to
did
room.
they not go back to the bedroom and grab the rest of the?
That's my whole point.
I just thought about that. You literally had this whole like secure thing with his guns.
And what's even crazier is that house is so big, it's multiple floors. Go to the top floor and have all your guns and watch the staircase until the purge is over. This movie doesn't exist. We're good.
It's very confusing.
Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on here to ominous frequencies.
I couldn't
Jake.
even tell you what the
Yeah,
soundtrack was.
I think the soundtrack.
I don't remember one.
I don't
noise in that
remember
movie.
one bit of the soundtrack, to be honest, because I was so distracted by what was going on, like the decisions that were being made by the characters.
I
that-
genuinely don't even know if it even had a score.
I don't think it did. I'm guessing every single movie from this, like,
I think it was just low frequency sounds. Like, I don't remember any violence.
no, you
or
called it out
melodies.
one time. It was literally just like very kind of low key sound effects.
Just
you know,
low
to, like,
key
build-
sound
yeah.
effects, like buzzing and stuff like that. But I don't remember much of a soundtrack to hear. I feel like it was either. I don't know. We don't even have to talk about ominous frequencies
There's
because
nothing to talk about.
there was no
Let's
impact.
go into the death count, favorite death, worst death, gory details.
So there is a point in time where I'm pretty sure Ethan Hawke's character just goes freaking.
Yeah, he goes John Wick.
He goes John Wick and just starts killing everyone.
I forgot about that.
And
That's crazy.
and I thought that was kind of funny. I felt like he killed like a solid 4 or 5 people in a row. And then after he goes, like, it was like a big, like, it was in one room and all these mask figures were. First off, if you're going to kill someone, take off your mask so you have better visibility.
Hey, I have a
Yeah.
question.
Right?
I have a question. This is a serious one. Why did we pick this movie?
I picked it because it's been such a big staple on like streaming, and it has a huge franchise with it as well.
How
And
many purges are there?
there's like 4 or 5, and there's also a television show as well. And the only reason
Crazy.
I picked it is I was on a streaming like a couple weeks ago, and I saw that there was a show on it. And I was like, oh shit, they made a show about this as well, and it was fairly recent. So I figured, oh well, this is fairly relevant.
That
Why
makes
don't we?
sense.
Why don't we?
Or-
I was
do
just
the
curious.
Purge.
There were 5 released Purge movies with the 6th one coming.
Wow. So this really
there
is like
is-
fucking Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
You kept on saying Fast and the
Hey,
Furious.
shout out the Purge though.
Guys,
Hey,
yeah.
congrats on
I
the
think
success.
it's great.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
great.
good job.
That's great.
I feel like the return that they got with the budget that they had obviously is funding this
Hey,
franchise.
jokes on all of us. I've never taken $3 million and turned it to $89 million. So
Well,
jokes
I-
on us.
working on
I
it.
think this is one of those things where the premise, to me, the premise for at least the first movie, because I haven't really seen the rest of them.
Yeah.
The premise is bigger than the execution. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's one of those things where
100%.
the premise was so alluring to people to want to go check it out. Like, fuck, I want to know what this is
fair.
about. But
But to do it 6 times though.
to do it 6
Something's
times,
going on.
I also heard that it goes more action oriented.
That's what I wanted. Yeah, I'd be curious to watch the rest because I don't feel like it's going to keep that same vibe at all.
It probably won't. But so back to the death chart, Ethan Hawke ends up dying. He gets stabbed. He bleeds out. And then, yeah, a lot of the masked people die at the hands of Ethan Hawke. And then I want to talk about the fact that everyone died the exact same way over and over and over.
Everyone got saved the exact same way.
So
Every
there was
season.
at least 4 or 5 situations where a character's about to get killed off, and they're taking their freaking time, and then is right about to kill them. Someone shoots them. It happened like 4 or 5 times in this movie, and it was actually kind of laughable after like the 4th time.
That's fair.
The last one with the neighbors too, because it shows the neighbors
Again.
killing everyone in the yard.
Yeah.
And the family's about to be executed by the last of the killers, and then you're like, oh, the neighbors are gonna get them. The neighbors get them. But and then the neighbors try to kill them too, right? And then they kind of do more of the culty stuff where they all sit
Yeah,
around holding hands.
they stand around in a circle, and they have him like held up, and it looks like they're about to kill him. And then the refugee guy that like entered their house ends up shooting one of them or
Which
something?
is very nice of him considering the hell that they put him through.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, there's I would say there was a high death try. I didn't keep track of how many because there was a lot of like frantic kills. The vibe test. Let's talk about our favorite and least favorite character, the lovable, disposable. My favorite character, I would have to say, is just going to be the mom because I feel like I related to her perspective the most. I mean, after all the killing that took place in her house, she's just like, I don't want to fucking kill anymore. This is ridiculous. My least favorite character for sure is the kid. The son. He annoyed the hell out of me for some reason.
Yeah. It's fucked because I would go I'd go the same route as you because I like the ending scene with the mom. She just reminded me of like a boss.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, like once the purge ended, she's like, all right, everyone just get the fuck out of the house.
And
I like that. I like that.
And think about how much of a mind fuck that is to the people who tried to kill her.
Totally.
Like
That's what I love.
Now they have to live in fear for the next year, wondering
did
if
like
she's
that.
going to go after
And she had
them.
like blood all over her face and hands. I did
That's
love
vice
that.
versa too, because then the mom has to wonder if all those neighbors are planning something bigger for the next
sure.
year too.
Exactly.
That was done. The ending of this movie was done really well.
I did like the ending of it. It's kind of like goes against what you expect in a horror movie. You think there's going to be like a final bloodbath, and no, she takes the high road.
That was very impactful. I thought that was done very well. And to your point, you know, I'm agreeing with you on both characters because the son I didn't like initially. I didn't like how I don't. It just
I thought he was annoying.
It just bugged me.
Like his decisions, I just,
Terrible.
Were so bad, and I was so angered by this kid's motives. And he didn't seem too young. He seemed old enough to know what is a good decision and bad decision, and his decisions just annoyed the hell out of me. The daughter made no sense to me. I did not know what her motives were. I was so confused by where she stood with her father. And then the father himself, he seemed like you realize Ethan Hawke's character started off like barely being able to pay rent. And then all of a sudden he creates his security system, and 10 years later he's living with the rich.
That was pretty cool. I
thought that was cool, but we still didn't get to really know him on like a personal level. But
yeah, I want to know, like, was he like a fucking scumbag? Like,
I don't know.
I kind of wish his character was more
humanized. Were you staring
okay,
at
Will?
me this
Yeah, what
whole
are you doing?
time?
Are you okay?
Were you
Watching,
staring?
yeah, I was just staring.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you take a gum?
Did I do anything
Did you see
crazy?
that? That was fucking insane.
What was insane about
Do I
it?
need to look out for myself now?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm
Talking
fine.
about the Purge, he's getting ideas.
Hey, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were just like,
I just zoned out. I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Just
What were you
listening,
thinking about?
oh boy.
I was just thinking about my least favorite character.
Another least favorite. I have many least favorite characters. I'm going to go with the lead villain too. I can't stand that guy. I thought he was so annoying.
All right, one each. You're getting out of control. You're getting out of control.
Choose.
Least favorite's got to be the daughter, just because I don't like. There's kind of like a give it or take. Like I don't ever know what she was thinking or doing. Just agreeing with you
Fair.
guys there, and then
That's fair.
It either has to be for me, either the mom or the dude they're trying to say, or the kid gets into the house at the end, just because I feel like they pushed it forward. And I got to go with the dude going in the house because you guys picked the mom. You know.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense
And-
because he technically saved him at the end.
That's true. And, you know, he had the gun in his hand and he just laid it on the table and left.
Yeah, he
So,
did.
yeah, that's good. That's a good shout.
It's a good observation.
What's your favorite scene of the movie?
Oof. You know, this was a very dark movie. Like it was
was.
a lot of it without
Any
the
of the
lights
chasing
on.
stuff I wasn't feeling too much.
Same.
Favorite scene, I've got to go with the end scene. I think still too, just where the wife, the wife
she's
of
just
the
like,
neighbor
everyone
speaks
gets the
out. She
fuck
gets hit
out?
with the shotgun, and then she just lets
oh.
them all live, and then
Yeah. I'll go with the least favorite scene.
Okay.
We could have done without that kid's little race car with the
that's
camera.
terrible.
Those scenes were so slow and boring,
So
and
bad.
it really added nothing to the plot. It didn't really add to the fear factor. I just felt like that was more of a ploy of like
What was the point of that?
the
I
kid
think
is
the
his
only thing it served a purpose for, because like they're showing that thing on camera a lot, and you're like, okay, it's going to do something like super
Yeah.
significant. The only thing I remember it doing was that's how he realizes that guy is running toward the house. As he drives that thing into the security room, he looks at the cameras through that truck, and he sees
True.
the guy running. But I don't remember it really doing anything else.
and there was a
Oh
lot
no,
of
he helps. The guy that gets in the house, he helps him find his hiding spot there too with that truck, right? Because he's doing like Morse code with
You're
it.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
I
right.
get that, but they did a lot of scenes with that, and I just wasn't a fan of those. But I will agree with you, Will. I think the final scene where the wife makes them just all wait out till the end of the purge, I did like that. I thought that was the most impactful scene out of the movie.
That's the best. I mean, literally for me, as we go into lights on, lights off, I'm just going to jump into it. I mean, that to me was my only favorite part of the entire movie was the ending scene.
The rest felt like a run of the mill home invasion type.
It just
movie.
felt to me. I would. Here's what I would have liked to have seen.
Okay.
I would have liked to seen more character development on the husband. Like I would like that. I think he needed like a fucked up backstory where he like really fucked people over. Maybe he was like a doctor.
Good
and
point.
And he killed people in surgery or something.
There really wasn't any character development.
There was
that
no
or a
character
super
development.
good dude. Like I feel like one of those two angles where like you really care about the family and they're just trying to get through the night, or has some
Nah,
fucked up
the
backstory.
No, he's a little bit
Super good
shicey
dude.
because he
No?
ends up admitting out of fear that his security system's not that great. So
Yeah, but-
he's kind of scummy because he's selling a security system to people that.
I just felt like as soon as he's like, oh
was
yeah,
a
like I'd
miss.
kill someone if I wanted to or not. Like once it got the culty vibe, like I just didn't really care about them that much.
I would have liked it to be. I mean, this is me. This is my lights on, lights off here. You say it for yours. You know what I'm saying? For me, I would have liked him to be a doctor, and I would like him to have like a surgeon, and he killed people, but he's like this really wealthy surgeon, something like that, to give it a little more than like.
instead of being the guy who created the security system.
Yeah, there was no character development on them to like give a fuck if they lived or died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
No,
I
100%.
didn't give a fuck. So for me, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it simple. It's a complete lights off. This movie to me, I will not be seeing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Do you think the concept of it is a lights off, lights on?
I didn't like anything to do with any of it. The
gotcha.
only thing I liked out of that 86 minutes or whatever we watched was the ending scene. I thought that was really cool.
It was a good ending
Besides that, dude, I absolutely did not enjoy any of it.
I thought you said you liked the concept.
I mean, I like home invasion.
Yeah.
Home invasion's my thing, but
But this is disguised as a home invasion
It's
movie.
not. Yeah, it's not really home invasion to me. I mean, it's the Purge. Home invasion to me is like
Not knowing the motive.
exactly like The Strangers, like the movie Open House, like Hush.
Hush, yeah.
We need to look
That
into
kind of
Open House
shit.
because you reference the Open
I
House
like
a
that
lot.
movie a lot.
Yeah.
Hush,
know what that is.
Hush, like that's scary as fuck.
I love Hush.
The Purge, it's like, well, no shit. If you're at home, people are going to be coming to your house to try to kill you.
Especially if you're wealthy.
Yeah, but it's also like one of those things where it's like, okay, plan for it. You have all the fucking guns.
Yeah, they seem
It's just fucking
for
dumb.
people for someone who understands security, he seemed fairly unprepared for what could happen that night.
Well, I think they wouldn't have gotten into any shit unless that kid wouldn't have opened the door, right?
Right.
That kid annoyed the hell out of me, man.
But to your point, before you guys get into your lights on, lights off, I mean, to your point, the kid let the guy in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The people that were coming to the house wanted to kill that guy because he killed their friends. But then yet that guy kills his friend. The whole fucking thing. It just lights off.
It's
for
a
me.
little all over the
Go
place.
ahead.
Very
Will. Go ahead.
confused. Will, your turn.
For me, again, like I thought the premise was okay. Like I thought there was a lot more that could be done with it, and because I've saw in recent, like the most recent thing I've seen about the Purge was the more actiony type of trailers. This movie wasn't really what I was expecting at all. But did I find it scary? No. Did I find it like super engaging? Not really, just due to it being all over the place from what like Bobby mentioned, the daughter kind of not really making sense either with the boyfriend thing. Like I just didn't really know where
A lot
it was
of
going.
flaws.
With it.
A lot of flaws in the movie.
So yeah, it's a lights off for me too. Like I'm definitely not going to be recommending it. Do I hate the movie? No, not really. I just I could just kind of leave it or take it.
And to add to that real quick, I respect you take
Yeah.
$3 million from a business standpoint, and clearly this is a
There's
business.
your lights on.
my lights on would be if we were just rating the box office, I would be giving it one of these, right? But
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's not only we're rating.
No, I get it. So it's interesting with this movie because I feel like the premise of the movie is like kind of genius, but also juvenile at the same time.
Good way to put it.
I think because it was the first movie, The Purge, and they were dealing with a small budget, I can understand that they didn't do something bigger with it and kept it confined to like a home invasion style film. That being said, I didn't think the execution of the fear of the matter or the intensity of the matter, I didn't think it was executed well. The characters made decisions that did not entirely make sense to me. I could never tell what was entirely going on in the survivors' minds outside of the wife. Who was actually pretty open about how she felt with the predicament. I think the villains were annoying. I did not understand their behavior.
I'm with you.
I don't understand how you are going to be a murderer that night, but then keep your guard down completely by acting like buffoons on the front lawn, skipping around like idiots. The lead villain, annoyed me. I just felt like I was annoyed by a lot of things.
What did you like?
The things I did like was the ending scene. I liked the mother. I also, I think the concept is good. I can see why this turned into a franchise because it's a big concept. You can do a lot with this concept.
You can go forever.
You can go forever with it, which is why the franchise is still going on. There's not much for me to like because if you look at it two separate ways, if you look at it with the concept's great, right? That's a cool concept. But if you look at it as a movie with execution, it felt boring. It felt slow. There's a lot of people just wandering in the dark, doing nothing. It didn't keep my attention, and I think this was the first time. I think you noticed what Bobby and I started looking at my phone a lot that while watching this movie, and I consider myself with high patience when it comes to watching a movie. So
That is fair.
So if I'm looking at my phone, then
Is this all lights off? Is this the first ever all lights off?
we had another one.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
It was Wrong Turn.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely a lights off for me, but I'm going to give it kudos like Bobby has given it kudos, be able to turn around that kind of money. That's awesome too. I think the premise is really cool, even though I think it's far-fetched. I think you can do something fun with it. And I do want to check out the other movies because I feel like they've probably gone in directions that maybe I will like more. But as far as this premise and the home invasion and all that stuff, I wasn't digging it. And I thought it was boring. So yeah, it's a lights off, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, who am I apologizing to?
I think probably just yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jake. I'm so
Just
sorry.
lets you spiral out.
Do you have conversations with yourself?
Oh, all the time in my car.
What? Give us an example of one.
No.
Do you think I talk a lot to myself?
Bro, Will, I like
the time,
watch
yeah.
you, bro. I watch you.
Oh yeah.
I watch you, bro. It's fucking scary. Like I live with this fucking crazy dude.
I don't know, man. He's like, he's in the bathroom. He's like, I don't know. He's like, shaving. I need to go to this meeting. I can see you doing
Speaking
that.
of shaving,
Speaking of shaving, you want to go there?
Okay, there's this stupid ongoing freaking shit that they're doing with me. They think I left not a razor, but they think I left a trimmer at their what do they call it? What's that building called? A casita?
it's a casita.
It's
A casita.
It's a guest house.
They
yes.
think I shaved at their house at one point and left the.
You did.
No, I did not.
There's
You
been
told us
nobody
my
else.
clippers.
My clippers are in my bathroom
Bro.
right now.
Here's-
I
all right,
never
I'm
owned
gonna break it
a
down real
black
quick.
and
Yeah,
gray
go ahead.
clipper. This
'Cause
is
my
my
mom
really
did it too.
dumb
This is
story. I
what
shouldn't
happened.
even brought this up.
Hold on.
Jake says, "Hey, I'm in a rush. I'm coming over to do the podcast."
When?
You were going on a
Probably January-
date.
Yeah. You
No,
were going
I
on a date.
went.
Yes, you were.
You
I
said
don't
you were in a
fucking know
rush.
when.
I wasn't going on a date.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't. I have not gone on a date.
Well,
Okay.
you
You guys are
were going
making
out.
shit up.
You were going out with your ex-boyfriend at the time.
It's
This is out of control.
Okay, but you were, and you were in a rush. And has there been a lie anywhere yet, Will?
There's no.
I was
lie.
not in a rush. I don't own black and gray clippers, Bobby. I don't own black
This
and
is the
gray
craziest thing,
clippers.
too, because he
And
says-
I'm getting
because he
pissed
says,
off.
"I only
They were
have
doing
burgundy
it- No,
clippers."
they were doing this shit.
Just
I have
awesome.
burgundy clippers. They're what are they are? Something air clippers or whatever that I
is
bought.
crazy.
Hold on, nobody
from a-
knows what we're actually arguing about yet.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me know what I'm
Jake comes
arguing
over.
about.
Jake comes over and he does shave.
No,
in
I
the
don't
casita.
shave at your fucking
Bro,
house.
bro.
I don't shave at
Bro,
your house.
and he
I don't
leaves-
shave at your little cicada, whatever freaking building, dude.
Cicada, casita.
Casita.
Go ahead.
Stop.
Let Will speak. Let Will speak.
No, he spoke enough yesterday.
Hold on.
You're not setting this narrative right now.
Hold on,
No,
Jake,
no,
Jake,
this is
hold
not
on,
fair.
Jake, hold on.
I didn't shave at the house. I did not shave
Okay,
at the house.
okay. You're pleading you didn't. but Will,
1,000%
go ahead.
didn't, and I swear on everything.
So he states that he has an
Oh
intention
God,
to shave.
cool. Mr. Mild
He
Tempered here.
accomplishes
Mr. Mild
He
Tempered.
accomplishes this intention and
Wait,
shaves.
did he
And
tell
then
you he needed
leaves?
to shave before the
It was
date?
like going. He's like talking about it in the
Like he
house,
had to get
or he
ready or
called
some
you
shit.
and told
This
you.
is what
whatever it was.
gaslighting looks like right now, guys. He's literally making up a whole freaking story, and he's
insane.
trying to convey this false narrative to a whole bunch of listeners
This is
who
insane.
are not involved in this situation.
So after he shaves,
Shut up! I did not shave at your dumb house, dude. I
he
didn't.
leaves
No,
the
I didn't.
trimmer, his hairs,
Shut
and
up,
his
Bobby.
memory.
So you're just as bad
of
as him.
it.
You laugh at each other's jokes.
This
you
is
egg each other
amazing.
on.
Yeah.
No, this is not amazing.
So
This
he
is the
left his
dumbest
hair
story ever.
and trimmer
so
in the
dumb.
bathroom.
And no one else has
Yeah.
been to the house or the
Correct.
casita because he also built the studio there. So that
Bobby,
way,
you got a
finally,
meeting.
3
You
months
had to
later,
get a
3 months
meeting.
later, we bring it up. He says,
What?
"No, I only have burgundy clippers." Is what
I
he's
only have burgundy. My clippers are burgundy. They're burgundy. This is the dumbest
All right,
story
all
ever.
right. Hold on. I'm gonna ask.
They're not mine.
Okay, hold on.
No, I'm getting mad right now. I'm getting fucking mad.
We're gonna play some bands. We're gonna get out here in a minute. Just relax for a second. Okay. Let's focus. That was Fright Night, episode 23.
Episode 23 Purge. We got three lights off. Sorry about that. The Purge.
Now, Jake, I'm gonna take us out here with a couple bands here. But before we go, Jake Simons in the casita in the guest house. Hold on. Everyone, just relax a second. Hold on. Did you?
Nope.
Hold on. Did you? Hold on. Did you go into the casita because we were going to build a studio? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put the soundproof
Hold on.
on the wall.
Hold on. Is there? Let's backtrack for a second. Do you acknowledge that there is a bathroom and a shower in the casita?
Yeah, and it's covered in weird facial hair all over with freaking clippers
fucking going anywhere.
that are not
All right,
mine.
we're gonna play some music. Never mind.
Thank you.
I was gonna go somewhere here, but
I'm pretty sure he shaved twice.
this song is called Blackwater, or the band is called Blackwater Drowning. Let's play some bands. And this song is called Jake's Hair. Blackwater Drowning.
Blackwater Drowning.
That song is actually called not Jake's Hair. It is called Snake Juice.
Yeah. That's not burgundy.
That was Snake Juice. So, hey, real quick, these bands, the band that we opened up with on this episode was called Poet the Band. Song was called Miss Misery. That was Blackwater Drowning with Snake Juice, and these artists are all Smoke Blackcraft artists right now that we just signed.
Oh, they're signed up?
They're signed up. So
Sick.
That last band was one of my favorite ones we played.
Blackwater Drowning.
Yeah, I thought
it was
they
really
were
good.
they were awesome, and I couldn't my right ear cut out a little
Yeah?
bit, but it sounded like a little bit like
What's going on with everyone's headphones
like
today?
Trevor Strnad's vocals from Black Dahlia
I was,
Murder.
bro, I
I
was literally gonna. I was thinking that. I want to play another band here. It's a band called Fate Destroyed. And the crazy part about this band is we had them on the Twitch show and they went really far in the bracket. And I actually got to see them play at I was back in PA in Mechanicsburg at Love Drafts. You ever been in that venue?
I haven't. I missed
You weren't with me?
I
No, you
think
didn't come
Josh
with
went
me.
to that one.
Okay, that's right. This is Fate Destroyed, Art of Betrayal, which Jake can
I feel betrayed.
relate to.
I feel very betrayed.
You know what one of my favorite thing is about Fate Destroyed? Is I'm looking at them on Apple Music, and their profile photo is their header. They're wearing Blackcraft.
Fuck yeah.
That's sick.
Hey, quick question. Did he sound like, remember Nate in American Dreaming? Does his voice sound like him?
It's actually a girl singer.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I think her name's Francesca. I want to say.
The
Francesca?
She
tonality.
doing the screams too.
The tonality.
I don't know, but
Did it sound to you like the drums were mixed way louder than everything else? Is that just my headphones? It sounds to me like the main thing I'm hearing is drums on this.
Turn it back up.
It might just be my headphones.
I think it's just.
Can I be honest?
Sounds
even
good.
if that was the case, I actually prefer percussion to be louder. I
good.
think it's the backbone, and I just love listening to the beats.
It sounds good. And then also shout out Actus Reis. We played them a little earlier too. So I want to take it. I want to take it out with a band that I think is very, very fitting for this podcast. I love the band name. Roachzilla. How great is that?
Wait, what kind of roach?
Try like smoking a roach.
Smoking a roach?
You smoke a roach?
I feel like they're going almost like a Godzilla, obviously, like with the name, like a big fucking roach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Godzilla. I can see the influence there.
You see it?
Yeah.
You get it?
All right. Well,
Feel
this
like
is
pretty obvious.
this is Roachzilla with Phil. I haven't heard it yet. Roachzilla. I fucking love your
Roach.
Roachzilla is a great band name, but also I didn't expect them to be that serious. Like they're a serious band. I didn't
serious
know
band.
with a name like that if you were expecting like some like type of like Guar, Necro, Goblicon kind of
fair.
goofiness to it.
They got cool artwork too. Roachzilla reminds me of like early 2000s, like I don't even know what bands, but like that Trust Kill era shit we listened to
100%.
and all that stuff. I love it. I'm a fan.
It's
so
definitely more on the hardcore side.
absolutely. Anything else before we get out of here? Anybody?
I am good.
I think we crushed
good
the
to be back.
housekeeping, exhausted the purge.
I'm
we're
exhausted. Feels good to be back. Jake, thanks for actually showing up. Appreciate that.
It's fucked up.
Don't forget blackcraftcult.com, smokeblackcraft.com. Go to smokeblackcraft.com and enter your email and play the Wheel of Death game.
Also, not Jake's hair.
This episode, I'm going to label it Jake's Trimmer.
That's so weird. You guys are... Stop, both of you. Will, Bobby, stop. With the trimmer. If I get a text message, if I get that fucking GIF of the text or of the trimmer changing colors again,
It's a great gift.
it's a terrible GIF.
It's a great GIF.
It's a whatever you call it.
I called it GIF. What do you call it?
GIF.
They would not. They were texting me about that till like 1 a.m. last
Jake,
night.
is there a possibility that's your hair?
No, it's not my hair.
Okay,
1,000.
here's what I'll say. If
Yeah,
it's
go
not
ahead.
Jake's hair, we have a way bigger fucking issue in the casino.
Jake, it's got to be your hair.
It's not my hair.
Is there a 5% chance it's your hair?
There's not even a 1% chance. It's my
That's
hair.
crazy.
I have never. I've maybe peed in that bathroom twice since I've never shaved in that bathroom, sir. This is so stupid.
This is crazy,
So
bro.
stupid. You need to figure out what weirdo did shave in your bathroom because
well, the scary part is
I am not admitting to this. This is not
The
mine.
worst part about this is how much time we spent on it because it's been a quarter of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this
What?
has been
Trying to bring
exhausting.
this
You've let the hair sit there for a quarter of a year.
Well, yeah, well, I'm not going to touch your hair.
What the hell's wrong with both
thought
of you?
maybe
Okay,
it
so
was your
we bring
pubic
it
hair.
up. We brought it up every time
That's
you've been over for
disgusting.
3 months, hoping you'd say, "Oh yeah,
It's
I'll go
not
clean it up."
mine.
Episode 23, Fright Night. We're out of here. I'm done talking about this.
So stupid.
Hey, it might be your hair. Hey, it's Jake's
It's
hair.
not my
can't
hair.
be
See ya.
anyone's.
So